live on YouTube. I can't see.
I want to know from Chris what the skill of run is. Chris needs to call him. He'll get his ass up.
Chris Miller?
We don't blame him for all this stuff.
All right, we're live. You can put that black one right over there. It's got SS whatever on it.
That's the submarine North Carolina. We got so
Mine's I was gonna put black tape on mine right across there. I forgot.
Good boy.
Yes,
How much time you got? A minute and a half?
Yep,
You want to go up there now? Oh, you want to go up?
it's 6:59 now.
Or you want to stay with us?
He
You can
stay.
stay here.
He wants to go. I'll take him.
Well, he's not coming with me. Come on, buddy. You want to go upstairs? Let's go. She's there up there. She's aggravating enough. Oh, God. Obviously, I've never worn this thing.
A friend just texted me, said, "Why are you wearing sunglasses?" Said I'm in mourning.
You're the Blues Brothers. Blues Brothers are Blues, right? Lumpy Blues Brothers. There we go. Big ass here. What now?
He said I was about to ask if it was for Dolly or the Cardinals.
The only we pay tribute to the Cardinals, we do that with them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Guess what we got to do? We're just going to save all of the stuff until later because I don't have anything ready. I don't have your microphone ready either. Now talk.
Okay, good morning.
It's been a, what is that? It's been a rather hectic morning here today.
Yes,
It
it
started
has been.
yesterday. So what a mess. It is all over the place. And hello.
Good morning.
Hello. I guess that today can qualify as a Black Friday for a lot of football fans in the area. And that qualifies as a Black Friday with no sales anywhere for some. Could be one of those buy one, get one sales events free for others, right?
Could be.
So howdy, y'all, and welcome to the last day of this work week. Thank God. I'm Rayford Brown, and this is Live and Local Real Talk.
Yeah, good morning. And I'm Lee Barrows. And if you have not noticed, we're in mourning.
You're mighty subdued this morning.
We're in mourning this morning. Even our little cardinal up here is in mourning.
Poor baby.
Yes, wearing his black net.
Yeah. It is what it is. What it is.
It is what it is. That's right.
We'll get around to all that, I guess, here this morning.
Good morning.
The Jacksonville High Cardinals entertained, literally, the Monarchs from Northside last night. Northside High School here in Jacksonville. And a little crosstown rivalry. The Monarchs had not won a game against Jacksonville for 6 years. They've lost the last 6 in a row.
That's right.
Did not make them happy, and they came into this game in this whole season deciding if there was no other game to win, that was going to be the one. And it had nothing to do with really making a difference at the end of the season because it's a non-conference game, right?
That's right. That's right.
It doesn't go into the loss column except in the locker room, on the field, the practice field for the next 2 weeks for the Cardinals. Oh, you can rest assured they're going to hear about it. Things happen, and every now and then things work out very well for you. There are times that, regardless of what's going on, that you can do stuff and you can't screw it up to save your life. And there are other times that people like me, matters not what we do, it's going to come out wrong. At times, that's just the way things are. And so that's the way things worked out last night, a day early. And you got to give a little thought. I don't buy this because the Cardinals played last Saturday night, a night later, and they played last night, a night early. So they have actually 2 days of distance that they did not get that they normally do.
Right.
But that didn't make any difference. It would not have made a better difference if whatever. Northside came ready to play football, and things just did not go in Jacksonville's direction. And then they made some, mistakes, of which we will hopefully hear from our sports guy, our wonderful guy who put the jinx on them. Yes, Chris, we're talking about you. You may ring us up any time now. You may as well get the bashing over with. Did you get out of? I wonder if you got out of the parking lot unscathed last night. I didn't hear any reports of any kidnappings or missing persons or anything like that, or thrashing.
I don't think our people got to him in time. He was out there on the field doing interviews.
Oh, I bet his car was parked on the other street. Chris Miller he's a man about town. He is a sports director, sports editor for the Jacksonville Daily News. Does a great job. And no, he's not a Northside High graduate. He's a White Oak graduate.
That's right.
So he had no real skin in the game last night by calling for the Monarchs to actually come out on top. But you don't think we're going to hold that against them?
I just want to say, good morning, Tom Duty. You know I love you, but keep on. Keep on. I'm coming after you.
Oh,
he's making remarks this morning.
He's another one of those. It's okay, payback is going to be really, really
rough. It took y'all 7 tries to beat us. 7 tries.
Yeah. Well, and can I be the bearer of the truth now? Because I've got the inside info. I always have inside information to share, right?
Okay, yes, go ahead.
We have felt sorry for them for so long, and this game would not mean anything to us except they were going a win column, but at the end of the season, it doesn't count, okay? So we let them win. We made them look good, right?
Very good.
There were a few stupid things, too many stupid things, and I can't.
All right.
It's bad to give up the yardage. Who we got?
I think that's.
You got a local.
Is it Joy? I'm not sure. Or it might be. I don't have a list. Maybe it's Chris Moore. One of them.
We got 2 calls.
Oh, we do? Oh, Charlie's on the other line. Let's do the first one.
Okay, we got 1 call here. Good morning.
Good morning, my friend.
I thought it was Chris.
Mr. Mark, sir, how are you?
Good job last night.
Well, thank you, Lee.
But I almost got to the point where I was going to go up and tell you, just stop talking. Stop. Hey, let's hear it, Cardinals.
It was so good to hear you last night up there on the
Yes.
that big old PA system, broadcasting to the whole community out there. Good for you, and nice job. Nice job all the
Thank
way
you.
through.
Thank you. We have the best fans there are, and
Absolutely.
It was funny when I walked in to start getting set up. I talked to some people that remember the days when I used to do what I do now for Northside, and I said, look, I bleed Cardinal red.
Yeah.
I'm a Cardinal graduate.
Mhm.
You know, my kids went to Northside. It was what it was. Yeah, what I noticed was interesting. First off, what a great opening song that they had
Yes.
recorded for the Cardinals.
Yes.
In case nobody could hear the words to it, it included Coach Bo's name in there, and the coaches and the fans, and there had to be over 2,000 people in there.
It was
Oh, it was full of people. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Both sides had people. Jacksonville was packed as usual. That was good.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So, and while I've got it here, while it's on my mind, which is could go away in a second. We sat through to the very last buzzer.
Yes, we did.
Until it was one and done. I'm not going to
That's
get
right.
up and leave. I'm not going to abandon my Cardinals.
That's right.
They were ailing. They were, people. Most people don't abandon me when I'm in pain. So why would I abandon them? There's always next week. Well, actually, in this case, 2 weeks. But it's coming up. It's going to be. Our time is going to be right around the corner. I have zero doubt about it. I have 100% faith and confidence in our Cardinals.
I do too.
But we will as responsible individuals point out some things here. And I make no mistake, I know nothing about football. I only played sandlot stuff, and I always got cream because I was a little kid at the time. And we played out here on the side, and we had a guy that was on the Cardinal team, and he's about 5 years older than me.
I used to play in the neighborhood.
And I stood up in front of him when he had the ball running, and I got right in his path. I never heard so bad in my life. Ran all over me.
There's got to be some sore kids this morning.
Yeah, there are.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Especially the one that got got slammed up like a WWE match.
Yeah. That. Fortunately, it was just an unsportsmanlike conduct. Won't call so many games, but yeah, that was the suplex of all suplexes in football.
Well, that was the second one, but
I was like, what?
and I'm still going to say to both of them. Let's take the stomping first, okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're going to be talking with Chris Miller here in just a second, so I'm hoping he's got some inside information. But I'm just that didn't come out of just nowhere, because after he was on the ground, yeah, there was some whatever happened in there. But when he stood up and he actually uncalled for completely, and don't get me wrong, I cannot condone it, but I'm suspicious what went down prior to. Because, I mean, Chris, have you ever been provoked into anything?
Oh, my goodness, yeah. And
thank you very much.
Rayford is especially up from the press box where you see a lot of things from the bird's eye view.
Uh-huh.
There was a lot of back and forth talking between the players. It was interesting. I saw a lot of Northside players talking to the Cardinal bench.
Yep.
What happens though is it's not who starts it. Who gets caught when they come back on it. And there was a lot of it going on. I mean, there was some missing there at the end of the game. Northside player actually took a punch at a Cardinal player, but the officials missed it. Oh, yeah.
Well,
I didn't see that.
They're two rival schools, and this has been building up all summer. If you've been watching social media, it has been building and building and building.
Yeah,
so.
They're all friends.
Yes.
I mean, they're friends off the field, but on the field, they're going to get their last word in. And
I did like what has become a tradition. They all gathered. I was curious as to whether something would happen as they all lined up, facing each other, going down and shaking hands. Some of them were hugging.
See,
Bitter enemies were hugging, and the game's over. Move on.
Yeah, it was. I thought the Cardinal crowd. I got to tell you, the Cardinal crazies when they went down, they're not supposed to do. They're not supposed to go out on the track, so they gave them some time to get off the track. But the Cardinal crazies were wonderful.
They were
cheerleaders. They did a great. The cheerleaders did a great job.
Yeah, they egged us on.
You and Lee leading the cheer from the left side of the center bleacher.
My wife had to leave her extra assistance for her hearing away because the crowd was loud. But she was loud because she had this bell.
Getting it last night.
She doesn't hear how loud she was ringing that sucker.
She makes me sit in the middle because she knows how loud I am.
It's a buffer though,
and it goes towards Rayford. But we were all loud last night. But
if the crowd doesn't think when they make noise on third down,
it
really showed it.
Yes, it does.
It really showed it when it was 4th and 2 at the Cardinal 2, and our defense held, and it was because the crowd was making noise.
Yeah,
those guys love the crowd getting into it.
You are just the absolute bestest that I've ever heard on the 3rd or 4th down, getting the crowd going to get our defense up and running. And that's what happened again last night, several times.
I appreciate it, but it's the fans that make it all worthwhile.
It is, but they got to have some leadership from time to time. Otherwise, we get a little bored with ourselves. Sorry.
There were some times last night where the Cardinals just kind of got bogged down a little bit. But like you two have already said, it's a non-conference game, and when the time comes and it really, really counts, which is when the conference schedule starts, we'll be there.
Yeah.
We'll be there. They'll work the kinks out.
And what I say is just wait till the next time.
There you go. So we got 2 weeks to get ready for Topsail, and then they follow that with East Duplin. So, yeah, it'll be interesting. I heard you said Chris was at the game last night.
Yes, he was.
Chris Miller, we're talking about Chris Miller.
I think he's on the other line.
No, he's not. It's Charlie.
I'm going to let you talk to my friend Chris.
He'll be calling in a little bit. He's dropping his kids off of school right now, but Charlie's on the other line. So, Charlie, you better tread lightly is all I got to say.
Yeah,
Charlie just dropped.
Oh.
When I don't want to keep. I'll let some more calls come in, but I tell you, when you get as many television stations that were there last night, you know it's a rivalry.
Yep.
It was a big game, and once again, hats off to you too for keeping the crowd up to date. Before and Rayford, I mentioned to them a few times, be on the lookout for your pictures.
Yep, we're coming. I worked until 4:00 this morning, and I still don't have them all finished. I'm not going to post them in bits and pieces.
All right. Well, y'all have a blessed day. I headed to the doctors, and good luck.
Well, good luck. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
Okay.
Chris Miller will be calling us in just a minute.
The weather is a mixed bag right now offshore. It can be pretty good if you like catching instead of fishing. Here are the qualifiers, though. Got to have the right boat and the right captain with a little bit of luck and the right bait. Got all that down? Y'all know it if you fish offshore. In all honesty, that's pretty much any day when you're going fishing. Right now, for today, winds should not be much of a problem until you get further offshore. That's the part where the right boat and the right captain come into play. Today, out to 60 nautical miles, southwesterly winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 3 to 4 feet. A chance of thunderstorms. Remember that word. Showers are likely, mainly in the morning. Visibility reduced 1 to 3 nautical miles. In the vicinity of thunderstorms, you can expect higher winds, and that's going to bring choppy seas and, of course, lightning. I want to emphasize this is an important thing out there in the ocean because every boat out there is higher than the biggest waves that are out there, especially when they're on top of the big waves. Try to steer around those events if you see them coming. When you see them coming, that's the good thing about it on the ocean. You can see a thunderstorm many, many miles away. And because lightning can reach out and touch you before the storm actually arrives, have your radio antennas and outriggers, aka lightning rods, lowered when you see events like that approaching. Put them down. You don't want to get struck by lightning. Tomorrow, southwesterly winds 5 to 10 knots, seas 2 to 3 feet. Showers are likely. A chance of thunderstorms mainly in the morning. And on Sunday, ending up the weekend and beginning next week, westerly winds around 5 knots, becoming northerly in the afternoon. Seas around 2 feet. A chance of showers and thunderstorms in the morning.
Today, we have a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly after 9 a.m. Mostly cloudy with a high near 87. Calm wind becoming southwest around 6 miles per hour in the afternoon. Tonight, a chance of showers and thunderstorms. And that's Chris. Mostly cloudy with a low around 70. Saturday, showers and thunderstorms are likely. Mostly cloudy with a high near 84. And Sunday, slight chance of thunderstorms, partly sunny with a high near 89. Temperatures are much better.
Yes, they're not as hot, though. We got some clouds and we got some, unsettled weather to deal with. Let's talk to Chris, and then when I come back, I want to do our Ham Nation stuff, but I also want to talk to you about yonder down in the Caribbean.
Yes.
Okay, so in that vicinity. Chris, how are you?
I'm doing good, my friends. Good morning.
Good morning.
Did you have to go by the ER last night when you left the game?
No, but I did. No fights and no nothing. But it was quite frustrating to have to battle all the media that was there. That suddenly realizes that there's Jacksonville Northside High School where they don't give the Cardinals and Monarchs a time of day any other time. So Yep, that's part of the course, and did want to give our good friend Chris Marks a shout out. Great job as always. Wish he wouldn't recognize those TV stations. There's no good TV stations during the air, but I guess.
There's the rivalry right there that will always be there.
I have to defend
print media and the broadcast media.
I have to
especially
defend
TV.
our Chris Miller
Oh, I do
because
too.
he's there. He's walking the walk, talking the talk.
Every week.
And you get news people that come in, they're there for 30 seconds, take a clip and leave.
They were here a little bit longer, but yes, that's about it. As soon as they can get a touchdown, they're generally gone.
Yeah, and then they pat themselves on the back acting like they did something.
You're still number one in our book.
Now, Rayford, I heard a rumor that when you were doing TV, you used to always send your minions out to different assignments, and you used to always tell your folks to bring you back some food at various events when there's food there.
Not even close. I do my own cooking. You think I'm going to trust somebody that I might have to chew out tomorrow?
He sent me to the Boondocks. I'm going to bring him back a spoiled burger.
Think about that.
You bring back a spoiled what?
Burger.
A burger spoiled
with lots of lettuce on it.
Yeah.
No donuts.
Yeah. Just think about that's chocolate-filled donuts. I'm not sure what they're filled with.
Yeah, Chris, what a game last night. Well, I'm surprised it did not end up in fisticuffs at the end. I was like, please.
Yeah. Well, congratulations to the Monarchs Northside. They were the better team, and they played with a lot of emotion, but the difference was they channeled that emotion into positive energy, and Jacksonville did not. And so Northside played a great game, and they played a smarter game too. Like they made their mistakes, but they didn't let one mistake lead to another where Jacksonville did. So credit to Jacksonville, and credit to Northside for being the better team, and Bo Williams, Jacksonville's coach Bo Williams. I talked to him after the game, and obviously it's not fun doing interviews after a tough loss like that. But he shows class. I mean, he shakes the other team's hand and says, "Hey, congratulations."
Yeah.
There was a mutual respect after the game, and he said, "Look, they credit their coaching staff. They outcoached us. They did a good job getting their kids prepared." So,
he's falling on the sword. That's what he's doing.
And that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to, you're supposed to. You don't want to throw your players under the bus. You, as a leader, you take the blame. You give credit to the other team, and and just say, hey, they were better than us.
Yeah.
So that's you show a lot. You show a lot of character, the type of character after losses, more than how you react after wins.
I'm an observer. Okay, I for years, of course, I've watched football, especially high school. I don't watch any of that other stuff, but I love high school football. I noticed something last night when the Monarchs were picking up lots of extra yards after they had been surrounded, attacked, piled on by Cardinals, and they were still picking up yardage. And the whistle would not blow till they stopped making forward motion, of course. That's the way it's supposed to be. But I was watching a pattern after pattern after pattern of the guy carrying the ball. When he would get hit, he would roll. He didn't go down. He didn't try to fight it. He just rolled. Did you watch any of that? Did you notice that? Or is that just a me thing? Because he would roll, and when rolling, it seemed to be harder to get him to go to the ground where they wanted him.
Yeah, well, the ball carriers have different techniques. They watch the professionals, and they kind of pick up on. There's different techniques that you can do to kind of make yourself more elusive, or get that extra yard, or get that extra gain. So it's there's different techniques. But yeah, like I said, Northside just played a great game. Yeah. They came out and they came out and put it on Jacksonville early on, got the early momentum, and Jacksonville was lucky only being down 7 at halftime, but congratulations to the Monarchs, because like that they were certainly the better team, and they came with a lot of emotion. I think if you're a Cardinal fan, and Lee, you know where I'm coming because you mentioned this a few minutes ago, that it's just very unfortunate. It's just very unfortunate that the behavior of adults, particularly on social media, get inside the kids' heads, and I think that's where a lot of the frustration built from on the Jacksonville side, and a lot of the emotional side from Northside came into play. Was there's individuals that try to make it about themselves and post a lot of stuff on social media when they shouldn't be, and I think that kind of that played a part in the result.
Yeah, well, they should stay home and just stay off the media. We've had a president had at least learned something about staying online a lot, right? And he's picked up on that. It doesn't work. It makes you look like the idiot that you are. So,
yeah.
Sorry, folks.
Well, and at the same time, whether it's the president or people, they're looking for a reaction. They're looking for to fire you up and have you do something or say something dumb. They're looking for a reaction. So I told people that they want you to react. So if you just ignore them, you're not giving them the fuel that they're looking for.
Yeah, it's not like mosquitoes. Mosquito, you can slap him and be done with him. But for little things like that, you just got to ignore it, make it go away. You can't kill it, so like mosquitoes. So you just ignore it. It'll go away.
Yep.
Not that big a deal.
Mm-hmm. So, the Cardinals will bounce back, and they will. They don't have a game next week, and so they'll have a long time to kind of stew in this, and then. But I'm sure they'll bounce back in a couple weeks against Topsail.
Yeah, I would be absolutely surprised if there won't be some special high intensity training going on. If you break those letters down, you'll understand. But special high intensity training is going to be a key phrase.
One thing I noticed last night, Chris, was Jacksonville's passing was beautiful. The problem was there was no one there to catch it.
What happened? The quarterback looked like he was putting stuff right where I thought he would be putting stuff. And then there were guys that were either outrunning or not getting there, and not even one. There was one guy on several occasions didn't even look over his shoulder like I see receivers generally doing. He didn't know what was going on behind him.
Yeah, well, they had that one 30-some yard touchdown play that kind of got them back in the game in the middle of the fourth quarter. But just offensively, they just couldn't get into a rhythm. They just couldn't get into sync, and not everybody was on the same page. And it kind of goes back to what I was saying. Northside played a great game physically, but they played a great game mentally as well, and Jacksonville did not. So, one, kind of the snowball effect. When you one bad thing led to another, and then all of a sudden you're desperation mode, and so it's it just wasn't a good night for the Cardinals.
It's a little hard to play catch up, and especially when the time is fast moving, and the other team is not slowing down a bit. Playing catch up is tough.
Yeah. So, but we'll they'll bounce back like you said, and they'll become a better team because of this.
Oh yeah, I think they'll come back in 2 weeks. They're going to have their heads together, and they're going to be probably a force to be reckoned with.
I will say the Monarchs knew who to go after. They had those few players. They did their homework, and they knew you take those down, we're in.
And Northside did not play last week, did they?
No.
So we didn't have any real advance notice of how they were going to be doing things.
No, they sat there and watched videos of our game. Yeah. They knew who to go after.
Well,
Smart.
I'd be surprised they didn't have some people at the field last week.
Well, there's certain criteria. You're supposed to be able to exchange the film from previous games and everything. But I think if one team hadn't played yet, I think they it's kind of an unwritten rule where if we had a game and you didn't, then we're not going to let you look at our game film since we don't have a game film, but we can look at your scrimmage film and you can look at our scrimmage film. So I'm sure there was some of that going on.
Do you not think there was somebody from the other side in Morehead City last week?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's the way it's done.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, you just got to give the Monarchs credit. They were the better team, and
give them credit.
Congratulations to them. So Jacksonville will bounce back.
And in the words of every high school coach in the world, wait till next year.
Well, we're diehard fans. We wear our hearts on our sleeves for the Cardinals.
Absolutely.
I will say that Northside put it to them last night.
Yeah, well. You're going to get it one sooner or later. Everybody's going to get it. So that's
that 6-year record had to be broken sometime.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, it was a good game. It was very tense. Everybody in the stands, we were all so tense.
Yeah, and the stand, the fans were really good in the stands.
Yes.
I'm going to stay there until the last second. I don't care. I'm not going to get up and fight those crowds that are leaving. It wasn't a huge departure. The stand still had a lot of people in it when the whistle blew. But there were enough people to get up, and I understand there was a lot of traffic, yada, yada, yada. But that's part of going to the football games. There's going to be that kind of stuff. So bear with it. Children, put up with it. That's what we did. So, anyway.
Exactly. So, but yeah, I mean, thankfully there wasn't any issues post game, and so I think maybe some cooler heads prevailed. So it's
I hope so.
Yeah, I'm just glad everybody made it home safely.
Yes, and I will say that Chris Marks commented and said, "Chris, meaning you, is still number one in my book. Always Papa Top Miller time."
There you go. All right, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
All right, thank you guys.
Have a great weekend.
Bye.
I feel like I've been beat up.
And I'm going to have to go get another charger.
That was seriously an intense game last night. Intense.
It was indeed. Earlier this month, Onslow deputies responded, speaking of tents, to a home in the Piney Green area. Having done this, it's difficult to deal with. Involved kids.
Yes.
Arriving, they found an 8-year-old youngster in a swimming pool. He was non-responsive. Efforts to revive him failed on the scene and at the hospital. Connor Greenleaf was autistic and was found in the swimming pool at his home.
So sad.
Cause of death was listed as drowning. WITM reported that family members said the youngster was nonverbal as well as being autistic. Again, he was 8 years old. Photographs of the back of the home on Burrington Lane show the pool was inside a wrought iron fence, as it's supposed to be, a 4-footer. Not sure what the investigators' report showed as to the state of the gate when deputies arrived or who discovered the child in the pool. The news reports quoted an obituary showing that Connor is survived by 4 brothers and a father who lives in Florida. The death certificates lists drowning as the cause of death, but noted that the youngster was found submerged in the pool. The news report is not. There is no news report that is an investigator's report. I'm going to point that out. That they've got everything they can get. No problems. What they do not get, we don't know. So don't go jumping to conclusions. In many cases, there are missing pieces from news reports, and we need not draw any conclusions about what we do not know. We do not need to draw any conclusions about what we do not know and what the news media does not know. They'll tell us everything they have, but they don't have everything.
Right.
Okay? So just chill. Wait. We don't know. It's a sad world.
Yes.
I got that. So it's a sad situation for the whole family, for everybody out there, for the community, for the deputies, for everyone.
We need to be thinking of the family and their
Absolutely.
loss, and the loss of that child, and keep your opinions to yourself. There's people already making.
You can draw all the conclusions you want, and I'm going to tell you what, 83% of them are going to be wrong.
That's right.
You don't know.
That's right. It's a very sad. It's very sad, and I'm sure that the family is they're mourning right now. The
And guess
family
what?
and friends.
Everything you say and you write right now, when the time comes, I hope you're able to erase it before the rest of us can go back and look at how
I'll tell you
stupid
one
that you
thing,
are.
Rayford. I don't get on social media to give opinions and my take, this, that, whatever. But I'm going to tell you what, you get on social media and lie or bite you.
Yeah.
Karma's going to get
I
you.
can surmise a bunch of stuff from anything that's written out there.
Right.
A Havelock man made his first court appearance yesterday morning after being charged with murder in the death of his infant son. Russell Graham Jr. is charged with an open count of murder. On August 10th, Havelock officers and fire rescue called to a home for a report of a child experiencing a medical emergency. The 2.5-month-old child, can I let that sink in? The 2.5-month-old child, 10 weeks old.
Oh my gosh.
10 weeks old. How was your child when she was 10 weeks old? A little bundle of joy?
Yeah, she only weighed 3 pounds when she was born. So at 10 weeks, she was maybe 5.
2.5-month-old child taken to Carolina East Medical Center before being transferred to ECU Health Medical Center. The Craven County District Attorney said only that Graham was caring for the child at the time. Investigators learned through medical personnel and records that the infant had old and new injuries, including numerous brain bleeds.
What is wrong with people?
The DA said the injuries appear to have been caused intentionally. The district attorney says the injuries appear to have been caused intentionally, hence the murder charge. Records show Graham was convicted of intentional child abuse causing serious physical injury in 2019, not to this child, obviously.
Oh my gosh.
He'd already been convicted of intentional child abuse causing serious physical injury in 2019. I'm assuming that would have been to an adult. The district attorney also noted that a medical exam at Carolina East showed there were injuries that were non-accidental in nature. Non-accidental means intentional. Oslo County officials are warning the public not to click on apparently hacked emails that went out. The emails sent from the county have the subject line RSVP. You know what that means in French? You know what
No, what does it mean in French?
Respondez, s'il vous plaît. Please reply.
Oh, I thought you were going to come up with something different.
No. Kindly save the date for this special occasion, it said. Really? I wonder what they sent out. County officials have blocked replies to that message and asked residents not to reply, click on any links, or open any attachments. They don't know what is involved yet. The county is working with their IT. They're working with it.
Right.
It
With
could be
it.
funny with the hair and everything to secure the email account. They're internet technical people are on this. Hopefully they will. I'm sure they will get to the bottom of it at some point in time.
Same thing happened to our studio email about 3-4 months ago.
Yes.
And I had to go in and lock it down and send out emails. Please do not open. And it's been going different places all over.
It's happening, that and fraud. I spent some quality hours
Right.
at the Jacksonville Police Department with my wife yesterday, involving the stealing, the larceny, and it's a felony of money from one of the accounts that she has.
Right.
And that I'm on to, was on to. They took it. They canceled the account, took all the money that was left in it, recovered the other. I'm not sure they recovered it or just had to fess up and cough it up because it was taken while in their care. But anyway, the bank took care of all of that, and they started their fraud case. And they said, report it to the police, make a police report. We've heard of that happening several times in the last 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks.
I just wanted to add real quick that Chris Bird, our friend Chris,
That's the one.
has just commented that she got hacked again, and she's on her way to the bank right now.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Chris, don't go now. They're not open.
Well, she's will be going to the bank this morning, but she got robbed again, she said. And I did notice.
Robbie got robbed after she reported it again, but the bank caught it
Right.
and stopped it.
Well, I added a little extra protection on my account. Doesn't mean I won't get robbed again because, I had money taken out of my account and put into another account. And I'm like, what?
What's that all about?
I got the money back, but it's just been, Gmail breach exposes 2.5 billion accounts in a social engineering act. And this was just this past August. So, there's been a lot of issues with Gmail accounts right now, and doesn't mean it's just Gmail, but things have been branching over into people's
I would just
money accounts and stuff.
I would really love, as I put yesterday, if y'all can identify the individual or individuals and they're local, would you please just forget about anything, just bring them to me. I don't.
It is just.
I got to play back here.
I know you're sitting there talking about it, and then I saw Chris's. I went in there to check mine to make sure I still had money in my account, but
this
is
ridiculous. It's
ridiculous.
gotten out of hand, and we need to pay more attention to it.
Yes,
we really need to
yes.
pay a lot more attention to it, and I'm talking about all of our local police. The federal government has the resources. We don't. We, the local police, they can't go to Nigeria. We know that we can go to Nigeria. We do it all the
Right.
time and other locations, but it doesn't go directly to Nigeria. Let's make that perfectly clear. It makes at least two stops in this country after it leaves your bank account.
right.
It makes 2 domestic stops somewhere in the country,
Yeah.
and then it's sent over to Nigeria.
I'm gonna tell you what
And they won't let me
now.
into Nigeria.
These hackers have gotten. I mean, just so smart. So it's just
Sneaky,
you have
sneaky.
to, and we could sit here like you've already heard from a dozen people how to strengthen your passwords, how to not use the same
Oh,
password.
God.
I tell you, there's some things that I go into, and when I get ready to go into it, I'm like, what was my password?
Well,
What was
Robbie
my
had that
password?
problem when she changed her password per the
Uh-huh.
instructions. Then she forgot it. She didn't write it down, so we had to go to the bank, spend some time yesterday with the bank.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
okay. We did exactly what we were supposed to do.
Well, everything has gone like through the internet now. Like a lot of banks are no longer sending paper statements now,
Correct.
that you have to go on their website to print your statements or whatever. Everything has become so digital in this world.
My question, because Robbie's got this thing with the fingerprints and all that sort of good stuff
Right.
as an extra layer of caution.
Right.
I wonder how much of this is happening with cell phones that are being hacked more so than our laptops or this
Could
kind of
be.
stuff. I don't know.
Well,
But
see, let me ask you this: do you have?
everybody does so much on their? I don't have any banking capabilities on my cell phone. I don't do it. I don't do. They keep asking, well, you can do that. No, I can't. I can't do that. I don't want to do that. I do not want it in my. This thing can be swiped from my pocket in 2 seconds as I walk by somebody. Everything on here can be hacked.
Exactly.
Okay? The whole thing can break. What happens if this breaks and all my information is there and I can't find it anywhere else? I'm screwed.
Right.
This is not my lifeline.
Right. Well, you know, when that happened to me, where I had $2,500 taken out of my checking account, and I'm like, well, how did this happen? And I went to the bank, and after them investigating it, they said, well, it was transferred out of your account into another account, which was a different credit union that did hold my truck account. And we're like, well, who did that and how would they know? And it was some finance company called SoFi, which I had never even heard of, had to look up and see. We still don't know what happened and how it happened, but I got my money back. But lesson learned, you know, if you might want to just like take the weekend, sit down and change everything you have, write it all down. Don't save it on your computer like I have mine saved. I've got to go in there and wipe it all out. And these phones right here, they're so easy to be hacked.
Yep.
I have antivirus on my phone.
Well, I got it everywhere, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're not going to get in there.
These phones are about as reliable as a drop of rain hitting them. Okay? I know where you can drop them. Your chances are you're okay.
Right.
They've made them so that you can drop them and don't break them. But they don't make them so that I can't walk down the road in the shopping store, any place. They haven't done that. And my phone is in my holster right here. No, they can get it.
Yes.
You can get the cases if you want. You can get armor-plated cases if you want. You can surround yourself with bulletproof vests, but one bullet can get through too anytime. So there's nothing that's going to guarantee
you're just going to have to
safety.
keep a watch on everything. And I have my bad moments where I don't do like I should, but I've got to get better at it. And
Don't put all of your information here.
Yeah.
Do not rely on this for all your information.
Exactly.
If it's got access to your bank account, good luck.
It's so easy. It's so easy to be able to hit a button and know what you have. But,
until you don't have it anymore.
Until you don't have it anymore. And just real quick, something really sweet I'd like to say today. It's National Cherry Turnover Day.
I don't like cherry turnovers.
I don't either, but I just had to put something sweet into all this.
Better an apple turnover. We just call it a cherry turnover.
We're in mourning, or we're talking about bank accounts being defrauded and
death. I mean, it's
right.
It's not the prettiest of days.
So I just had to put something sweet in there.
It's Friday, and it's coming up on the end of the work week. But let's talk about the tropics for just a moment.
Hello, Dolly.
Hello, Dolly.
And
wow, hold on.
Hello, Dolly.
Is that appropriately named right now?
Well, that's what a lot of people have been saying, that how appropriate, we just lost Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
And then we've had this tropical depression named now into Dolly.
That's a tropical storm now.
Yes, and it's a tropical storm now. So just getting ready to get to that part. But it's not going to affect us. Everything's good. I'll tell you right now, as of 5 a.m. this morning, I can't see with sunglasses on.
Take them off.
Maximum sustained winds, 35 knots, 40 miles an hour. They don't expect the winds to go over 40 miles an hour, and it is heading into a very hostile area. So
my backyard.
They feel like by Saturday afternoon into early Sunday morning, it will be no more, but just a little blap out there. So
I've got a feeling that Dolly is taking care of this.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. That's what a lot of people are saying.
She's probably got that's looked. So did you not tread on my ground? I'll slap you.
And speaking of Dolly, I've seen so many tributes to her.
Oh yeah,
everywhere. Even the Onslow County Public Library did a tribute to her.
She was one of a kind. I mean, there's a lot of great singers and a lot of great people with great personalities. And she had a mouth on her.
Of course, we all do. Well, I know I do. So
I didn't hear a bit of it last night. Well, I left my hearing aids home. I don't wear them except watch a TV.
Yeah, well.
But she was interesting. She'll live on forever.
Yes, she will. And there's just been so many positive things thrown out there. And, she helped provide over millions and millions of books for kids to learn to read. She did so much. And she's truly missed. But
she did something with her fame and her wealth.
Isn't it kind of crazy, though, that we get a name storm and it's Dolly?
Do you have any idea what presidents she supported?
Probably all of them.
There you go. There's the best answer going.
Yes.
She supports all presidents.
Yes.
They're all our presidents. I don't have a president, and you have a different one.
Which reminds me, I'm trying to make up my mind whether or not to go to an event tonight in a county close by. Dr. Oz is going to be there.
Are you feeling ill?
No, but I would like to go meet him.
What do you need a doctor for?
I may want to go see him.
Why?
To meet him.
Is he single or something?
I don't know. What difference does it make?
Oh,
just kidding. No, I'm not going
really?
to that. I mean, who? If you had a chance to bring Dr. Oz in here on the show, would you bring him in?
I wouldn't even know what to ask him. Honestly, because
what's up, Dr. Oz?
What's up, Doug? I don't follow him. I don't know anything about him. I hear the name. I've heard the name for a few years now, but I don't know anything.
I got an invitation last night. It came in my email, and I'm like,
oh God,
that's not much notice.
Trump
but
sends
thank
me
you,
those
Seth.
all the time.
Yeah, but thank you, Seth.
The NRA and the coastal conservation folks.
This is all political
and
stuff.
This would be. I would go to those first.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Well, is the NRA even doing much these days? I
Absolutely.
never hear anything about them anymore.
I'll tell you what. They're a lot like snipers. You don't know anything about them until it's too late.
You don't hear much about
they do a lot of work.
Yeah, I'm sure they do legislative work and stuff like that, and lobbying, but I don't hear much about them like we used to.
Think about the efforts that they've gone through, obviously, and think about the relaxed laws, instead of the invasive laws that we had, that everybody with a gun was a heathen.
I used to teach an NRA course to kids.
Yeah,
when we had our gun store.
That was one of the good things people don't mention about NRA. And I wish every kid, wouldn't it be great if every kid in school would at least go through an identification and safety process? Because you're going to, I don't care who you are, you're going to run across a gun sooner or later.
Yeah.
What you do with it when you see it, if you're a kid, you're going to pick it up. If a kid, I don't care if his parents hate guns and never want to have a gun anywhere nearby, your kid is going to run into a gun situation sometime. What better thing?
Right.
But
don't
if
touch
it
it. Go
ends
get a
up
parent.
in your hands for whatever reason, that whatever happens, what to do with it then?
Right.
How to render it safe enough to throw it in the river or do something. Don't throw them in the river, by the way. They can be recovered.
Somebody just told me the head spokesman for the NRA was arrested several years ago for being a Russian spy. What?
We've heard, that wasn't the chief spokesperson. She did have some works, and she was trying to get an NRA established, and I think it's somewhere in Europe.
There's a lot of organizations out there you're going to read about. But yeah, we used to teach them. I used to teach an NRA safety course for children when we owned the gun store. So, which was good. I was very involved in that at the time.
Okay, the Ham Nation report this morning in Jones County. Richard this morning was quick on the draw this morning. 73 degrees, 96% humidity, 29.99 inches of mercury. He could see 8.7 miles. I can see that just doesn't ring as a song, does it?
I can see clearly now.
Yeah, southeasterly wind he had. It wasn't a wind. It was a breeze, 1 mile per hour. He had a quarter inch of rain. Lee in the Woodlands came in at 74 degrees, 94% humidity, 29.9, 8 inches of mercury, no wind, no rain. Oh, yeah, you had 0.05 inches of rain. Joe in the Burrow, 75 degrees, 98%. Huh?
I had 0.08.
No, I had that. You said 0.05 this morning. That's what I wrote down when you said it.
Well, go ahead.
Joe in the borough had 75 degrees, 98% humidity, 29.97 inches of mercury. It was calm. He had 0.60 inch of rain. He had a little over half inch. He traveled over to Emerald Isle, which I've got a photo. You've got it too, that he sent in. A beautiful, beautiful pre-sunrise photograph this morning from Emerald Isle from our friend Joe DeFabio, also into UBI. He's his call sign. 77 degrees on the island, 93% humidity, 30.04 inches of mercury. Southwesterly breeze, very little, and no rain on the island, interesting. James in Bladen County, 73 degrees, partly cloudy, 95% humidity, 29.97 inches of mercury, southeasterly wind of no consequence, and nothing in the rain gauge. Michael in Crew, Virginia. Chile, 68 degrees, 98% humidity. It's fair there, 30.00 inches. Westerly breeze at 1, and no rain. In Onslow Bay, Ken, our buddy down here, just down the road from us here, 74 degrees, 91% humidity, and it was calm. Cedar Point, Ward reported 80.8 degrees, 86% humidity, 30.05 inches of mercury on the rise, southwesterly wind, 3 to 5 miles per hour. And he had, I think, 0.20 inches of rain. He had 2 different reports. I'm going to go with a 0.20. Randy in Southwest riding around the community out there where he lives with his little dog, Boomer, big dog, Boomer. He has 73 degrees, 99% humidity, 29.96 inches of mercury, partly cloudy and calm, and he had 0.13 inches of rain. Carol called in at River Bend this morning, 73 degrees, 99% humidity, 29.92 inches of mercury. It was also calm, and she had 0.05 inches of rain. And Will called in this morning, haven't heard him this week, from Acorn Forest. He says he's got a lot more acorns than normal because the squirrels are running crazy. He sees lots of squirrels. Will, squirrel and rice is good. I can give you the recipe. 74 degrees in Acorn Forest, cloudy, 29.99 inches of mercury. And he had a big old moon there for a little while, 96% humidity, winds out of the south at 3, a quarter inch of rain here in the studio. We had 0.08 inches of water overnight since midnight. 75 degrees it was a few minutes ago. It's now up to 77 degrees. 89% humidity is on the rise. It's 99%. Ugh. Yep. And the winds, nothing recorded in the last bit. Okay.
My goodness. I do want to say that I posted a video yesterday on our page. It was a discussion between Daniel Cornell with Hubert United and Onslow County Commissioner Royce Bennett.
I thought Royce was coming in. Royce, where are you?
He may come in. Yeah, it was an excellent discussion. I learned a lot myself just listening to, Daniel would ask Royce a question about zoning or about building, approving a developer to build a neighborhood. And it was really, really interesting. I did learn stuff. My sister lives in a neighborhood where there's only one way in and one way out. And I'm like, y'all need another entrance and exit in this neighborhood because the way going in and out is all wooded like. And if you had a bad storm and trees down, there's no way to get out of the neighborhood. And I learned yesterday that the state passed regulations where then there has to be at least 100 houses in that neighborhood before they're required to put a second entrance and exit in there. And I thought that was interesting. I didn't know that. And there's a lot of things that the county can approve a developer to build a house in there, but there's a lot of things that the county doesn't have control over because of the state regulations. Yep. So there's a lot to be learned there. If you want to go back, it's about 53 minutes long. Very good information. Learned a lot of stuff myself. And I think next week he's going to be interviewing Tim Foster, which I hope to be there to capture that one. But good information.
Yeah, good information.
They both did a good job.
Thanks for doing that too.
Yes.
let's talk about those two entrances or multiple entrances.
Yes.
The county can require a developer to have whatever, and including entrances. But the state is the one that has to tie an entrance into a roadway, a highway, a state maintained road. Now, that's up to the state to decide whether they will even do it or not. And that's where that 100 housing thing comes from. The county is stymied. I mean, they cannot do but so much. The city can do a little bit more because the city owns most of the streets, except for the state maintained highways that go through a city. The cities inside the city limits, they can do what they want to do because they own the street and everything else. So
right. Well,
that's the difference.
You have to know whether it's state maintained road or if it's something that the city has. County owns no roads. So it is a lot to learn about a lot of things here in the county. I know there's been so much argument and opinions. It's 2 or 3 weeks. Right now, it's all about flock cameras.
Y'all get over that stuff. There's not a thing wrong. I don't care if they're flock cameras or otherwise.
Right.
There's nothing wrong. There's nothing illegal. There is no invasion of privacy. They got a bad deal here. I don't like red light cameras, and it's not because they're spying on you. It doesn't matter to me. It's because they're trying to enforce the law using a mechanical device with no human intervention, except some dude who sees it back in Charlotte or Raleigh or wherever. They are not cops.
Right.
Okay? They're not cops.
Well,
It's just a mechanical thing, and I don't want them. I do not want a robotic operation taking over our stuff. To assist law enforcement, to assist traffic control people, to assist in locating bad things that are happening. Yes, absolutely. Bring them all on. Put one on every corner as far as I'm concerned. What you got to hide?
Well, you know what? While we're sitting at the ball game last night.
Not an invasion of privacy.
While we were sitting at the funeral last night, we had, I watched live on camera the Amazon man come to my front door.
Yep, absolutely.
And then I watched live on camera my neighbor come get my package. But you know what?
You can watch live on camera your neighbors too from across the road.
Oh, I have. Yeah. No, not that way, but
Oh, have you now?
I watched a thief steal from my neighbor's porch one night after the fact. But I'm just saying, is Amazon going to quit delivering to me because they feel like their privacy's been invaded?
Too bad.
It's just as much for their safety as my safety.
It absolutely is, and
let's get
also
over it.
prove that the package was delivered. I'm not. What if you can be seen in a public place by a police officer or by me or you, your neighbors, or God? Well, he's got all seeing, but by other people. If you are visible in what you're doing by somebody who is in that area or happens to be in that area, you have no expectation of privacy.
Well,
those are 3 words: expectation of privacy. Well, there is very little of it.
Let me say this, Rayford. I think most of the people that are very negative, have the negative opinion about the flock cameras.
They just don't like the government.
They don't like the government being involved. But look, if you've got a cam on your dashboard of your vehicle and you're recording everybody as you go along, how do you feel about that? Do you feel like they're invading your privacy?
If you're driving behind me and you got a camera in your car, I think that's an invasion of my privacy. I don't think you should be allowed to have one.
Well, see,
I don't think you should be allowed to have a camera in your car.
And to go after law enforcement, let me tell you what. One day you're going to be glad they had that camera. One day you're going to be glad he was wearing a body cam. One day you're going to be glad that there was a license plate reader somewhere that saw somebody wanted for first-degree murder drive through your town. You know
what we used to do in the 70s? We had a bunch of sayings, right?
Right.
And one of the little sayings that we had was, there are lots of people that did not like the police then too.
Right.
This is nothing new. They were just the anti-police movement, the anti-police this. I don't like cops. Cops, they're fools. They're whatevers. You know what we always said? You don't like cops. Next time you have a problem, call a hippie.
Well,
It's simple as that. You call your neighbor next time you have a problem.
I understand.
Don't call us. We're busy.
I understand the people that have that opinion that we don't like it. We feel like it's an invasion of our privacy.
You can feel anything you want, but it's not.
You have the right to that opinion, but some of these people are just getting nasty.
Stay inside your house with your blinds closed, and I will not invade your privacy.
Right.
We will, but I won't.
No, I won't. I mean, just like you, I have cameras all around my house.
Yeah.
I have cameras in my truck that came with the truck. You know, you push a button, you got cameras all around you.
I want one of those.
And, you know, and there's cameras out on the roadway. There's cameras at the intersections. The 911 center can see the intersections.
Now, here's a question
cameras.
for you, madam.
I don't do anything in my truck I shouldn't be doing. Unless it's home or in a motel. Just kidding. All right, we have Steve. I want to hear Steve's opinion.
Let me ask you first a
All
question.
right.
Do you trust our government in control of cameras more or less than you trust every with their sneaky little cameras that do not abide by the rules or the laws or anything else, as we know that they don't abide by the rules and the laws?
If you mean our law enforcement in reference to government, I would trust them more.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, Steve, welcome to Monday. No, it's Friday. Whatever day.
Black Friday.
Yeah. Swansboro won last night.
Yes, they did.
They did awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't go to Swansboro, but I'm happy for them.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
That's the best thing I could say this morning. So.
I got you. I was hearing y'all talking about the flock cameras and everything, and I believe I can say something that would put your mind at ease.
Okay, Charlie.
The ship has already sailed.
Yeah, thank you.
We are way past being concerned about that. The same people who are complaining about flock cameras insist that cops wear body cameras.
That is the most astute thing you've said in a long time.
He hit the nail on the head on that one.
Duh.
Yeah. Everybody walking around with a camera in their pocket. If you don't believe there's cameras everywhere, do something stupid in public and see how many pop out.
Oh yeah, just check socialist media any day of the week.
Right. So we're way past that now, and like I say, the same folks with it are probably the ones that insist that cops wear body cameras.
It is. They've already proven that.
Yeah, and I believe law enforcement should wear body cameras as well, but I also don't see no reason they shouldn't use SWAT cameras to their advantage to help them do their job as a tool.
Let me tell you where body cameras have come into play, and also dash cameras before the body cameras were made wearable, and cameras that were also located in the breathalyzer rooms, and cameras that were located inside the areas of entrance to jails and whatever. Let me tell you, they have come in more valuable to the police than they've ever come in hurting law enforcement in general. They've also come into play in helping the police get rid of bad police. I mean, when you go to when you got a citizen, let's just do this. You got a guy who's frequent flyer. He's known to the police, and he says, this police officer, he just beat the crap out of me. And who are you going to believe? Under most conditions, and this just goes back before body camera, you're going to believe the police officer, right? We all know, I knew, but I only knew one or two in my entire time, that they were notorious for doing things that they should not have been doing. Body cameras can help the chief of police or the sheriff or whoever make sure that those people don't do that again, ever.
Yeah.
Or most often, to be honest with you, it will prevent them from wanting to do it.
Right. Well, and I mean, expanding on that, in some of your larger cities, it's extremely difficult for a police chief to get rid of an officer for
It
bad
is.
conduct.
Yeah, they got these
It's
unions that are
surprising. You would
really.
think they could just fire them on the spot.
Oh yeah,
Well, it's
I know
kinda
the
like-
unions.
It's kind of like teachers, and
Mailmen.
You're right. You're right. They got the union.
hey, I got an idea. Why don't we have all teachers wear body cameras?
Well, we do have cameras in the classroom.
In some classrooms, we do.
Yeah, and on the school buses, we're just not allowed access to those, which
Yep.
is
And,
the way it should be.
and I really think that they should be in every daycare, anywhere, for adults, for elderly, for kids. There should be cameras everywhere, totally accessible.
I think anywhere that you are paid to ensure the well-being of other people, that should be monitored.
Yeah, I mean, if we had a situation that we had years ago with my mom, if we were leaving her totally alone with a real honest to goodness, but she was not an invalid until the last, period of her life, which we were totally here. But if we had done that, do you not think I would have had a camera involved in that situation to watch anything and everything that happened?
Right.
That and a gas chamber out back. So just in case I needed it. But seriously, why would you not do that?
Well, I can understand the old mentality of, from where I grew up in the 80s, that you didn't want Big Brother spying on you. And
You mean like the bank?
Right, we still don't necessarily want that. We don't want the government going through our personal media accounts, but they do.
They do.
Once again, that ship has sailed. And, but, that was kind of the thinking back then, but it's a different world than we anticipated.
It is.
Now, we are Big Brother. We are the ones that put the cameras everywhere.
The problem is we're having to fight a more sophisticated element today than we had to fight with John Dillinger. You track him down, you shoot him. Okay, that's basically the thing. It was just fairly easy. You just had to catch him and be a better shot. But today, these people that are stealing Lee's money, my wife's money, Chris, our
Chris's
other
money?
friends' money, they're a lot more sophisticated than that. If all I had to do was pop around and that would be the easy thing, right?
Very sophisticated.
Right. And there are ways you can protect your phone from being hacked, but unfortunately, to do that, you have to block the signal that makes the phone work.
And also, you have to have it in your possession.
Right. But if you encapsulate the phone in a way that it can't be hacked from wirelessly, then you have to block the cell phone signal as well, so you can't use it as a cell phone at that point either.
How many fine folks out there do you see walking around, especially young ladies, with their tight shorts on or their tight pants on or whatever, with their cell phone sticking out in the back pocket so you can easily grab it because the pockets are not long enough, deep enough to handle the whole thing. Walk them, bump them, and grab it and run.
Yeah.
Well, not run, just walk away.
Yeah. My point to that is any case out there that tells you that it'll protect you from somebody being able to access your phone wirelessly, it's a scam because the only way you can do that is like a Faraday cage, and then the cell phone signal won't come in and out.
That's right.
And so, so it's all fake. Don't believe any of those cases work. They don't.
Yeah, you're fooling yourself. That's all. Makes you feel good.
Right.
Give me your money. I'll make you feel good.
The little ones for your credit card that allow them to not have access to your chip on your card, those work.
Yes.
They are based on a Faraday cage.
Yeah, and
You don't have a signal. You have to.
You don't need access to anything when you got them in your pocket.
Pocket, right, right. So, but yeah, I figured I'd throw that out there. Don't believe that about the cell phones because there ain't no such thing.
The RFI wallets and whatever for your credit cards, they work.
Right. But yeah, with the whole cell phone signal, I dealt with that when we were doing classified locations over there on base. The only way you can lock a cell phone down is to completely block all signals coming in and out of it.
Well, and then you got that little problem that people can turn your phones on. In a lot of cases, there are processes and there's software that I can turn your cell phone on as long as you got a battery that's working. Right.
Well, when when you go into those secure locations, they actually have containers for you to put your phone.
Yes, they do.
And no signal can come in or out to it.
I went up to a place to take my wife up to a place up north of here right after we got married that they wanted to meet her, and we had to leave our cell phones. I did not want to take them on the property because I know them. I left my cell phones at a place where we were staying, and I had to leave my little device for protection there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done it with skip rooms before where they have the little lock boxes outside before you go in. They put all electronic devices in.
Yep.
And they have to be shielded and all kinds of special things done to them to keep any signals from coming in or out.
Yep.
Yeah, such as that. You can't even run metal conduit into those skip areas. Like everything has to be plastic. Nothing that can carry a signal.
Yep.
But anyway, I thought I'd throw that out there this morning. I was going to say, last night before I jump out, I was wondering if y'all heard anything else about the $100,000 club that Don Jr. started for the early tweets.
I have not, and to be absolutely honest with you, yesterday there were three things. There was a police report that had to be done in person. We did, and of course, it takes a period of time with my wife, and then we had to do the bank, which took a considerable period of time just to get into her phone to get the passwords out, and then we had this little thing called a football deal that I had to prepare for last night, and then I worked at 4:00 this morning uploading photographs to my computer from working on them, and I'm still working on them. So no, I have not. I didn't even have a show prepared this morning until after I got through with all of the hams calling in for the weather reports.
I started reading, but never went any further with it. I still need to go.
I bring it up and I ask because it's kind of been on my mind, puzzling me.
Right.
I'm curious.
A big question is, what do you suppose Don Jr. thinks is that those tweets are worth $100,000 a month to get early access?
Nothing. That's another scam. It's just like anybody else. Send me money.
You want to know the crazy part of it? There's people out there that would pay it.
Just because they could say they could have on their resume somewhere, I had communications with Donald Trump.
People do it.
They're actually marketing it as receive early market moving tweets. So they're billing them as market moving.
What?
Okay.
Tell me, what tweet has he ever put out that moved anything, and not even bowels? Okay. What movements has he put out that actually caused us to really have a major impact?
What the problem is that Trump puts out actual policy statements on Twitter instead of actual White House releases. And he has put statements on Twitter that has caused oil markets to fluctuate drastically. And the Federal Trade Commission has already flagged trades, not necessarily by Trump, but that have happened in correlation with Trump's tweets, where people all of a sudden 15 minutes before Trump made a tweet, there was over $1 billion in oil stock traded. And that's happened more than one time.
15 minutes
and
before
now
he made a tweet.
But 15 minutes before he made the tweet.
Then how did the people who made these whatever they did, the tradings or whatever, how did they know that what his tweet was going to be?
That's what the Federal Trade Commission is flagging it and looking at. I don't know that anything will come of that because if it was in Trump ultimately. But it had already been flagged, and since that has happened, they came out with this now where they just openly are saying, pay us $100,000 a month and we'll give you early access to these market-moving tweets. So what the FCC was suspecting is happening, now they're actually doing it. So, they're advertising that they're doing it. It's crazy. I don't understand it because that's insider trading. If you buy that information and then you use it, are you protected from, prosecution for insider trading because you have bought this insider information? I don't even understand how it works legally. It's crazy.
It's way above my pay grade. I have no knowledge of how it works.
That's right. That's $100,000 a month. That's $1.2 million a year.
Well, you can rest assured that I won't be doing it.
What kind of return on their investment are they expecting? That's a lot of money. Just for early tweets.
If you got $1.2 million for a year's membership, then you know what? You probably got plenty to throw away.
Yeah, but I feel like that we should be asking questions about this. This is something that don't.
I feel like there should be an investigation. If there is probable cause to warrant an investigation, I would like to see an investigation.
Oh, there'll be.
If it's socialist media BS, I don't really care.
Right.
Well, period. I don't know. I'm just asking.
Right. And I understand. I don't know how it could be, orchestrated by anybody other than them, because they're the ones that, set this scenario up. They're the ones that set up the, pay me money and I'll give you this kind of situation. But I think we're all agreeing then that if the Democrats take over the House, that there may be some things they need to look at, that maybe ain't politically motivated.
I would like to see if there is anything there that is called in the very basic laws, probable cause.
Right.
Suspicions are not it. Probable cause is developed from suspicions with the very basic of information.
Right. But
not just a whim of old Aunt Sadie out there in the backyard,
Yeah.
But on the surface, they have come out. Donald Trump Jr. has started this organization where their purpose is stated that give us $100,000 a month and we'll give you early access to information that moves markets. On the surface, that sounds wrong. That sounds illegal. That sounds like something you or I'd be put in prison for.
If we put it out there, and we're not, if you don't put out any information, is that false pretense then?
Yeah, I'm just saying, that something that sounds like we would be put in jail for sounds, that ain't us, just make us.
Delivering is one thing. Promising is something else. Unless there's a promise with an intent, that blasted word keeps popping up, with an intent to defraud somebody. A promise is just a promise. People break promises all the time. They go back on them and yada, yada, yada.
I would argue against that, Rayford, because a conspiracy to commit is a crime.
Yeah, but there's an intent there.
Well, I'm just saying, you don't have to actually commit the crime to be.
That's what I said. The intent has to be there. But if for instance, if my, stockbroker tells me I've got this stuff and I'm going to do this and this and this and this, and he knows that that's wrong, the information, he just wants me to give him a lot of money, then there's an intent to defraud. If he just says, this is what I think, yada, 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 is going to happen, and it doesn't happen, but you've committed the money, well, there's no crime. There's the difference.
Right, but sometimes a promise is conspiracy. So that
with intent,
there's that side of the coin as well.
If there's intent,
but that's, but I think it's one of those situations where we're both right. It's that there's intent, but sometimes a promise alone is intent.
all right.
But anyway,
good luck prosecuting.
Why are they doing that? Why are they going out of their way? Why do they need that money? They just reported making billions of dollars. Why do they need it?
I don't know. The more you got, the more you want, right?
Don Jr. actually just got a loan from the Pentagon where they pay people to start a company. It's called a 100% funded contract. That's ever been awarded by the Pentagon to start a company to build drones. And so it's not just one.
That would be an opportunity right now, given the situation that we're in, and with Iran with millions of drones that will cost them $100 a piece.
Right, I totally understand that, but to award that contract to the president's son is
has somebody else come up with it? I don't know.
Well, I get it, man. You can be the devil's advocate. You can bring yourself into a pretzel trying to figure out a way that the Trump family is, completely honest and don't ever do nothing wrong.
I never said that.
But I get that, but that's the implication of the scenario you keep.
No, I just said prove it. Show it.
They didn't do nothing wrong. They ain't done nothing wrong. That's
Show
the
it.
scenario that you keep.
Show that they have is all I've asked you.
And I get that, but I do. I show where there's definitely reason to question it, and even by your own admission that that's
there's a difference. You haven't shown that they've done something wrong. There's the difference.
All
right, we got to go. Steve, we're getting
a reason to look.
Yeah,
we're late for weather.
We're getting nowhere. We got weather. We got all the calls.
Y'all have a blessed day.
You too, Steve.
All right, you're live in local real talk. The weather is a mixed bag. It can be pretty good if you like catching instead of fishing. Here are some qualifiers, though. You got to have the right boat, the right captain, and make sure you a little bit of luck involved, and you better have the right bait to go with whatever you're trying to catch. Today, out to 60 nautical miles, southwesterly winds, 10 to 15 knots, seas 3 to 4 feet, a chance of thunderstorm. Showers are likely, mainly in the morning. You can see from 1 to 3 nautical miles offshore, visibility is going to be limited because of some of the clouds that are going to be there. In the vicinity of thunderstorms, you will expect higher winds and choppy seas. And of course, there's that lightning thing. Try to stay away from the lightning storms. Go the other way.
Right.
You can see which way they're going. Just pick another direction. Saturday, southwesterly winds, 5 to 10 knots, seas 2 to 3 feet. Showers are likely, a chance of thunderstorms, mainly in the morning. Sunday, westerly winds around 5 knots, becoming northerly in the afternoon, seas around 2 feet, a chance of showers and thunderstorms in the morning.
Today we have a chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy with a high near 87. Tonight, a chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy with a low around 70. Saturday, showers and thunderstorms are likely, mostly cloudy with a high near 84. And Sunday, a slight chance of thunderstorms, partly sunny with a high near 80.
I get a bit of a message. I'm not being overly mean. I'm just being me. I am not going to put somebody on the air that I no longer like because of his attitude this week. I'm not going to do it. He's got plenty of other opportunities to talk to people all over the country. If you don't believe it, ask him. His head will tell you that his very swollen head will tell you he's the greatest thing since sliced white bread, and everybody should listen to it. Everybody but me. Done. Okay?
Well,
when you make me that mad, you have gone a long ways to make me that mad. I put up with a lot.
Well, we have guests on the show, and when we have a young businesswoman come in and you make disparaging remarks about her business and you don't even know her, that's just wrong. So
you're rude, crude, and socially unacceptable. And around here, you're not welcome. Done.
We talked about cameras earlier.
Yes.
And
I like them.
You go flying. You've taken airlines before. And, they use cameras there at the airport.
Yes, they do.
Which is for our safety also.
They catch smugglers.
But here we got an unusual security alert. Dr. J. Culvert's carry-on at a Hawaii airport triggered TSA concern because the X-ray scan appeared to show 2 guns, leading to bag isolation and supervisor review.
Uh-huh.
All right, the guns were part of a wall-hanging gift from his father, featuring plastic guns and the phrase, "We don't call 911."
Yeah, I got that.
I know that's one of your favorite sayings. But, realistic replica firearms were prohibited in carry-ons, but allowed in checked luggage. Toy guns may be allowed, while replica explosives are never permitted. But this is a classic example of camera scanning people's luggage, and they show a picture of actually the scan, and it does look like 2 weapons in the suitcase.
And they did what they were supposed to.
And they did what they were supposed to. But think about that. I mean, are you glad that they scan luggage?
Absolutely.
Are you glad that they check carry-on?
Yeah.
Are you glad that they take pictures and they
Yes, I
scan?
am.
Are you glad that you have to walk through a metal detector?
Do you know that they have
Yeah,
facial
it's a long way to
recognition in
fall.
those airports? That,
Yes.
We have
Right.
the guys with the badges and the guns that are
Right.
there watching the people who walk in and out, especially with their international flights coming in. Do you know that they've been doing that for years and years and years before they had sophisticated cameras in there? They used to in Miami International. They would take a Canon video camera and put it out there, and it was hooked up to a monitor that they could see inside a back room. So
Right.
people were walking in, they were looking at it, and it was running through facial recognition. And so the customs people were watching who was showing up, and they could see there. That is a camera in a public location. You have no expectation of privacy. If you think you have expectation of privacy, then why don't you just take a potty break right there in the middle of the room that you're sitting in? Why?
I just think,
Because
Rayford,
you're stupid.
it just goes in cycles. Right now it's one thing. Next week, next month, it'll be another thing that people will jump on the bandwagon with.
Anything the government's got
We've
going
been
on,
under
they don't
cameras for years.
like. Yes, they do. We have.
We've been under cameras for years. And so I think that, let me get that number down real quick.
484 6389 638 4095.
Okay, the pen won't write. Oh,
I got a good one here.
just cheap
It better be.
doctor pens. 495.
Yeah, it's oh, that one won't write either. What is wrong with you? It's got to be you.
No, Rayford, nothing in here writes. Oh, wait, I got
It's a
it now.
conspiracy.
638. Okay. I got it.
Here we go.
I do not know.
Let's find out. You're live and local.
Hey, good morning. I on my
Okay.
first cup of coffee here, so bear with me.
Well,
First
good.
Well, it's almost
I need another
8:30 in the
cup.
morning. It's time to have
I
your
know.
third cup. What's going
I
on?
need another cup.
Well, we had a late night because my son's is starting right tackle at White Oak High School.
Yeah.
We were over
Oh, yes. Yes.
How did White Oak do?
They won.
White Oak won.
Yes.
They could have
Congratulations.
done better. They could have done better. I
Yeah.
feel like their offense sputtered a little bit. They were getting their first game jitters out because last week Northside got canceled because of the rain. So yeah, it was it's a reminder why games are played on Friday. So getting the kids up for school.
Right.
We got one that goes to middle school and elementary and
Lord.
high school and all that. So it was a rough morning. But anyway, I just want to call. I started to listen to the show a little late. I'm a big fan of the show.
Thank you.
And the last guy that was on was talking about the cameras. All right. I just want to make a point real quick about it. I think
Go
that
ahead.
it's very important to make this distinction
Mm-hmm.
that when you guys are comparing cameras to cameras, for a lot of older folks, a camera's a camera's a camera.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason people are up in arms about this is because it's artificial intelligence. And that is the whole point. That the cameras here, that the sheriff's office used $38,000 of taxpayer money to put up, creates a dragnet. That is the issue. It's not being anti-camera. It is simply the dragnet philosophy. And there's more Republicans throughout the country that are coming out against it, including Ron DeSantis, Judge Napolitano. It's just a growing coalition against that. That's the distinction I just wanted to make real quick.
Yeah, you're talking about for use for law enforcement for protection, right?
Well, yeah, I'm talking about the companies like Flock, like Sound Thinking. They're multi-million-dollar tech companies.
Mm-hmm.
They have skin in the game in this county. And, nobody was complaining about cameras before June. June is when these things started to pop up. And this is an issue across the country. And that is the issue. It's not a camera. Nobody's anti-camera. We're anti-artificial intelligence storing data on your location, your movements, your direction of travel, being accessible to outside agencies, which just what you were talking about
with the last guy about probable cause. I was listening to your, establishing probable cause is part of the issue here that people have with it. So I just wanted to make that point.
Well, I want to make the point that, first of all, the sheriff's office did not buy flock cameras or automatic license plate readers.
That's
the
correct.
sheriff was in here. He explained the whole process. He also showed us pictures that this license plate reader took. You cannot actually see into the vehicle. You cannot see who's in it. It's just a back-end version of the license plate. And it has helped our local sheriff's office capture some people that were wanted for some bad crimes. As far as the flock cameras, I know a lot of people will post pictures of all these little blue dots all over Onslow County that are flock cameras. We don't have that many in Onslow County.
And they're privately
And
owned.
they're privately owned, which if I want to buy a flock camera and put it in my yard, there's nothing that says I can't do it. I know some HOAs around here have them. I just think that the word flock has incited a lot of people. And like our sheriff said he does not agree with their system. He does not like the retention on them. And he would never have a flock. And I know there has been abuse by other people with flock cameras. They're being dealt with. Shame on them. They make it hard for the honest ones. But I just think, and as far as him using taxpayer money, yes, he's given a budget every year. He does not have to ask permission for a purchase for anything under $50,000, I believe it is. These cameras cost $38,000. They're aiding the sheriff's department. They're aiding all local law enforcement around here. And I don't think it really would not have been an issue if it wasn't for the fact that the word flock and people started flocking on the flocks. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my opinion.
They use the same technology. That's the issue. It doesn't matter if it's flock, doesn't matter if it's down thinking. All these companies started in the defense industry and now in police technology.
Yes.
And they use the same, it's artificial intelligence. This is why these data centers have to go up and get built everywhere, because you got to store this data somewhere.
Right.
And that means every time you drive by it, your data, your location, time, direction of travel is being stored without probable cause at all.
I can tell you.
That's a serious constitutional issue. I think it's going to get overturned at the court level. That's why these Republicans are backing off on it.
Right.
Ron DeSantis, most notably.
All right. My truck records my location, records my movements. My cell phone does the same thing. And
you need a warrant to access that phone. That's
right, but the thing about my OnStar accesses my location, which I'm grateful for, because if I got in a wreck or I got hurt or I broke down, I hit that button.
Data center
They
somewhere.
know where I'm at. Abuse by law enforcement, I think, is the issue. And you don't have a lot of abuse by law enforcement, but the ones that do abuse it are having to pay for now. You know, it used to be back in the day, Rayford, you can attest to this, you could call one of your deputy friends and say, hey, run me a 1028, 1029 on a license plate. They would run it. They would give you the information, who owns that vehicle, about the driver. You can't do that anymore. They changed that a long time ago.
A long time ago.
They have to be accountable for everything they do now.
Yeah, even back in the 90s, when I would run a registration check, a 1028, they called it, registration check, then they would put that in a file.
Right.
And that was in a hard copy file that also went to the police chief at the time, whatever your department was, and they would pick it up, or it would be delivered to him. And if he saw something suspicious, then obviously he's going to say, hey, what's this about Brown? You know, one of those type deals.
Yeah, I mean.
So in other words, you needed to have some sort of probable cause to run a plate.
No. Suspicion is a preliminary stage to probable cause.
Correct.
I see something, it's suspicious. It might be the first digits of a license plate that they handed out earlier in the morning as a possibility. It fits the guy. Or the tag looks like it's just been put on there and is hanging kind of catty-cornered because wait a minute, does that tag really go with
It's
that
got a lot
car?
of mud on it, or
A
something.
a lot of tags are ripped off and they put them on somebody on their own car, right? So you just get, and cops go on, hairs stand up on the back of the neck. I mean, I assume yours do it sometimes or another. They are trained to be suspicious.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
And
Absolutely.
for good reason. And then they see this and they run it and it comes back. That tag does not come back on that car. You may as well stop it over. Got it.
Like I said, though, back in the day, if you just wanted to know who's that, say you want to know who that person is.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you have an interest in them or something, and you could call one of your police friends or your deputy friends, and they would run it and they would tell you. Because see, we did private
What kind of
investigations.
interest are we talking about?
Those kinds of interests,
Well,
yes.
we did private investigations way back in the day when we had
There are
to,
abuses. If there is technology or an opportunity,
Right.
there's going to be an abuse.
Right.
If that abuse gets to be a criminal in nature, which many of them are, then that's becoming a problem. You cannot stop AI. I will tell you that right now. We've already tried. I tried. God knows I've tried on my computer because I hate it. I hate the word. Artificial means fake to me. All right? But look it up in the dictionary. Artificial ain't real. It's fake. I got a fake knee. I got an artificial knee. It's fake. Still hurts, but it's fake. There's all sorts of stuff out there. You want to go to Hollywood and take a look at what's fake? Walk down any street and 58.3% of the women are artificial.
Yeah, that's true. But I'll tell you the same thing I told Chris the other day. I had a conversation with him. I told him, look, we're going to have to agree to disagree. He's such a nice guy. I love Chris.
He is a great guy.
This is the issue. Technology is going to change. Technology changes, but human nature stays the same.
It does.
And that's why we have a constitution.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Constitution checks human nature that is in power.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what the technology is. That's why this technology is dangerous, because it allows for more abuse to people's rights. That's my belief. A lot of people agree. So that's all I got to say about that. I just wanted to call in and
I appreciate it.
No, I'm
clarify
glad you
it.
did. Anytime you want to come in and sit down
Please come on down.
and talk with us, come on in. We'd love to have you on the show.
And
thank you so much.
we argue the Constitution, and I don't know what side of the ball game that ball field that you're playing on, but we understand that technology changes. Constitution does not. But when technology outweighs the Second Amendment, because we now have semi-automatic weapons, and back in the day when it was written, we had single-shot muzzle
I
loaders.
remember when we started.
Now, do we change our viewpoints on the right to bear arms? Because it doesn't mention anywhere in the Constitution that it can't be a fully automatic weapon. In fact, they didn't know what one was. But, there were laws on North Carolina's books that we studied, and way back when, the first time I took basic law enforcement training, there were laws on the books that had been removed that required us to have a permit to purchase a dagger.
That's right.
To purchase a pump-action shotgun.
We're kidding. Wow.
It fired too fast.
Are you kidding me?
That was on the books
funny.
in North Carolina. And a dagger, one of those I got one in here somewhere. A dagger like this, I'll bring it in for a reason. For a dagger like this, you had to have a permit to buy it. You understand?
That's crazy.
So,
Wow.
Yeah, and you know what? I
Well, I'll tell you
appreciate.
this, the First Amendment. Let's just talk about the First Amendment.
oh
Yes.
God.
Back in the day, the First Amendment, freedom of speech, all they had was a feather quill and an ink, to use ink. Now we have pens? We've got cell phones. So does that mean because the technology changes on how to write a letter, email, that the First Amendment?
You want to go into the to the computer age? Oh God, help us.
Yeah, of course. So for me, it doesn't matter whether we're using a pen or a feather quill, a semi-automatic rifle or not.
Mhm.
A camera. It doesn't matter. The Constitution does not change because technology changes,
Right.
and that's something the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court had talked about in a recent case as well.
Yeah. What's your first name?
Yes.
I'm supposed to know.
Oh, my first name?
Yes.
Oh, I'm Andrew.
Okay,
Andrew.
I know.
I
know who
You
Andrew
know,
is.
you haven't gotten here yet, but when you get to
Andrew's-
my
I
age, you got
love-
this little brain thing. It takes
Yes.
a while. It's like a computer hard drive. When you just fill up, it takes a lot longer to get back around to the other side.
I thought it might be someone,
Yeah,
Andrew, Nick, or whatever.
I knew the name.
No,
I
Andrew.
know the voice, and I know.
I've read some of your thing on social media. You need to come in one day with
Yeah,
us.
come on back.
Yeah,
would
I
be
know.
great.
I'm a pain in the ass when it
No,
comes
you're
to this
not.
issue.
You're
Oh,
not.
I love that. My
And I've talked to Chris about it. Me and Chris Thomas have gone round and round. He's come
Right.
to my farm. Well, I saw him the other day at Golden Corral. He's so nice. He's
Yes.
very amiable, you know.
Mhm.
And I told him, look, you know, I hope you just let this contract expire. It's supposed to expire in November.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that don't want it, but I do think it's an education issue.
Right.
I respect your opinion on it. You guys have been around the block and you understand,
Right.
you know, a lot of things, but you know, camera's not a camera in this issue. And
And that's the one meeting I didn't go to this past week. But
yeah,
You know,
it was,
what I like about you, Andrew, is that you give your opinion, but you're extremely respectful about it.
Yep.
And you don't point fingers and make accusations. And I've read some of your comments, and I thank you for that.
Yep.
oh, well, I appreciate that.
Thanks
you.
for being American. We all can
Yes.
disagree.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We
Absolutely.
disagree with Steve a lot. Just
Oh,
kidding,
yeah.
Steve, but Steve's our friend.
He is our friend.
Yes, he is.
But you know, God, it's in Wilmington where I was. I used to go to a certain restaurant there.
Yes.
And they had a back room, and at lunchtime when I was there, usually if I was running a little bit late, get there by 1 o'clock or something, the back room was reserved.
Right.
They had lawyers, they had judges, they had prosecuting lawyers. They all took a break from their trial, and they
Right.
all went to lunch together.
Well,
Break. I mean, you know, people think it's
Yeah, I
you
don't know
know.
if I'd want my defense attorney, you know,
Oh, he's
Have a
gathering
lunch with the
he's
prosecutor.
gathering information. Guarantee you,
yeah.
they may have a, but generally they don't even talk
tell some
about
stories.
Some
Yes.
of them were friends of mine, and
Yes.
most of them were, and they would say, you know, we don't even talk business. We just we
Right,
go for
right.
lunch and you know fellowship. Period.
Andrew,
Yeah.
did you watch the video that I put on there yesterday about the meeting between Daniel Cornell with Hubert United and our Commissioner Royce
I
Bennett?
did.
That
I
was
watched the
good,
whole
wasn't
thing.
it?
I watched the whole thing.
That
I was
good.
waiting for him to ask a question about the issue that I'm involved in. If he didn't, it was more about development. But that's important to me too, because I live in a rural
Right.
area, and I mean, I'd like to stay rural, and
Yeah, I
you know,
understand.
that's a super important issue here. So yeah, I enjoyed that. That was really cool. You guys did that.
Oh,
So-
yeah,
so
that was
you,
good.
You just don't want other people to have the privilege that you have.
What?
You privileged Southerner. You just want to be able to live on the property without having encroachments from other
Oh,
people
how
from
dare
other
you.
states. Is
How
that
dare
what?
you? Right. Hey, I'm right there with him on that.
That's right.
Right, yeah.
I mean, I would love to have a compound personally, but
Right, right. Well, I think next week Daniel's going to be doing an interview with Tim Foster, so I'm going to
Okay.
tape
That's
that
good.
that'd
too.
be good too.
And but I thought it was fantastic. They were both so respectful of each other. They asked some great questions.
what
They
counts.
answered great questions, and I even
Is
learned.
he just doing commissioners? Is he only doing commissioners?
I'm not really sure. Yesterday was the first time I had met Daniel, and actually, what happened was I had called Royce because I had a question for him concerning something completely different. And he says, well, I'm on my way to the chamber. He told me what he was doing. I said, I'd love to come videotape that and put that on our page.
Yeah.
He said, well, come on. And I did, which ended up being a good thing because Daniel didn't realize his video that he was doing had no audio.
Whoops.
So I said, take ours, and the exact same thing. So it worked out well anyway, but it was interesting. I don't miss a commissioner meeting. I may not be there in person, but I'm watching, and I've learned so much over the years about how things are actually done. So,
All right, Andrew, you're welcome to come on by.
yes,
Hey,
come
thank
on
you so
by.
much. I appreciate it. Have a good morning,
Come on
guys.
down.
You too. Message us on our
Take care.
page, and
Great weekend. Stay safe.
yes, thank
Thank you so
you.
much. Bye-bye.
All right. Yeah, I like him. I've seen some of his comments,
Well,
on
I
social
think he pointed
media.
them out to me.
Yes, and I've always liked his comments. I mean, he speaks a lot on the other side of the coin, but he's always so respectful.
What do you think about the published reports
The published reports. Yeah.
of a claimed plot to kill Baron Trump.
Oh, from Iran?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would they even consider doing something like that? I mean, even if it doesn't matter if Baron Trump were to meet his demise, Iran would cease to exist, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, they
the
also,
surrounding area.
at the same time, were making threats against Melania,
Oh, yeah.
and they were putting out information about her habits and where she might be going. So
See, now that there is crossed over into the probable cause arena. I got to get a lawyer in here one of these days. Maybe we get the DA back in here to talk about the stages from suspicion to probable cause to warrants to, whatever, investigation, then warrant.
Well, I know some lawyers. Maybe we can get one.
We need to get somebody who specializes in criminal stuff, that somebody in the DA's office, because they're not going to be defensive about it.
Right. Well, Judge Rupert will be back next month.
That'll be a good
about
one.
2 or 3 weeks. Yes. He wants to make this a reoccurring visit with us.
The judge was an ADA, so he would be appropriate.
Yes.
I'm good with that. But it goes through stages, and law enforcement has to be kept in check. I mean, they have to do it by the books.
Right.
That's the reason they have the district attorney that they approach and they deal with it, and particularly on serious cases, they get advice from him right up front. But in this case, Iran says, no, we didn't do anything like that. We didn't say that. We wouldn't do that. Would you trust them? Number one, would you trust Iran? And they say they did.
No.
They wouldn't. You don't believe them?
I don't trust Iran. No. But when they started making those threats and they came out those threats, I thought, Lord have mercy. You don't know what you're asking for.
Well, the Secret Service earlier this week said it was aware of this video and was investigating anything that could be perceived as a threat against people under its protection. That includes Baron Trump. You really don't want them, because they don't have to. They got a little more leeway, shall we say, in investigating threats and stuff, potential threats, and they can go anywhere in the world, and they do. I mean, I know one that he went to Nigeria to work a counterfeit case in his Secret Service and busted the biggest counterfeit ring going. I mean, that was major bust on Tim's part.
Right.
So that was a great deal. But a video aired by Iranian state TV. Now, do y'all know what state TV is? That means it's owned by the government. It's like Radio Moscow. There used to be the big deal with the Radio Moscow. Yeah, it put out whatever the government wanted. A little bit like Tokyo Rose back in the day in World War II. It's a propaganda. It's all propaganda. But this Iranian state TV report, the video that aired, discussed a plot against Baron Trump. The video also said he was being monitored and that a $10 million bounty had been placed on his life. Here's the danger in that. True or not?
Right.
How many idiots? Can we talk about the guy that shot Reagan? He was an idiot. He did it because he said that he heard voices or whatever, and that Jodie Foster ignored him. He wanted to get her attention. There are idiots out there. What would some of those idiots do for the possibility of getting $10 million?
Very true. And there's people that will believe everything they read on the internet.
We could probably go in Onslow County and find 20 people that would do just about anything for $10 million. If they had an inkling they could get away with it.
Right. Absolutely.
That's the danger in something like that. So that does need to be tracked down, and that needs to be dealt with accordingly. However, whatever it comes of, it's probably going to be nothing but a baloney report that was aired But at what point in time do we hold Iranian state TV responsible for airing that report? Let me put it to you this way. Let's just say WITN or WCTI or WNZT or WXYZ or WBYU were to put out a report similar to that.
Right.
With nothing else except that this came to us and this is what they said. And so they're offering $10 million for the life of whoever. Do you not think that our government would come down hot and heavy on those stations?
Absolutely.
They have the final say in putting it on the air.
Absolutely. And
it's
that's
their
why,
responsibility.
Rayford, sometimes there's things that have happened kind of locally that I will only say that involve our schools, and we choose not to talk about
we
it.
Don't do it.
Because of copycats, and I know it's just us, and you got television news.
I'm not going to tell you that there's a bomb threat here and a bomb threat there, because all that does, that's been proven time and again. We quit covering bomb threats at schools and television news years ago, decades ago.
Well, there are some media outlets that do put it out there. Not that we're going to make that big of an impact, but we choose not to do it.
And some people have criticized some of the members of the media, like the TV stuff. We did not cover bomb threats. We looked at them. We examined them to make sure there was nothing sinister actually going on. But just the fact that people call in, they used to do it from payphones on the school campus. Mm-hmm. They call in a report, hey, just a bomb planted in building 3 or something.
Right.
And then everybody gets out of school and everybody goes out to cover it, but they didn't. So it fizzled. But once the word would spread, then other schools, you would see the same thing happening. In Wilmington, every spring it happened. Why? Because school was generally let out early for the rest of the day.
Right.
Duh. You want to know where the people were? They were at the beach.
What happened last year with somebody making a ridiculous call to one school in Swansboro, and several hours later they called another school in Swansboro, and it just, the whole thing is stupid, and I hope they called the person. I don't know if they did or not. I don't remember. But,
if they catch somebody, we'll make a big deal out of it, because when
your name's coming on the show.
Who was the idiot that around here that went to jail because
Are you talking about Gerald?
Gerald. Yeah, he went to prison. He probably is, one of those.
He's still doing his podcast, his show, his news media.
Sweeties out there that he learned another trade in prison, I'm sure. Had nothing to do with podcasts.
Talking about criminals, I go to Sampson County once a month.
Why?
And last time I was there, I talked to Sheriff Jimmy Thornton. Mm-hmm. And he was talking about a shooting there.
Billy Bob Thornton?
And I was like, can I go now? Because I don't think I have my pew with me, and I want to go before it gets dark. But just recently.
Why didn't you have it with you?
Because I forgot. I told you need to remind me all these nights that I travel. Don't forget.
I don't keep up with your schedule.
But, I'll let you know next week, Rob. All right, a Virginia man wanted in connection with a deadly shooting in Alexandria has been arrested in Sampson County.
Yeah, I saw that. That's good.
Yes. Sampson County Sheriff's Office arrested 37-year-old Corey Stubblefield of Virginia on yesterday, August 27th. He is a suspect in the July 15th shooting death of 36-year-old Charles Talley in Alexandria.
Was he hiding in a motel somewhere?
He was, they had believed he may have traveled to the Clinton area after the shooting. Mm-hmm. So the sheriff's office worked with the Alexandria and federal law enforcement partners during a 3-week investigation to locate him. Yeah. They took him into custody without incident yesterday morning as he left home on Hanson Road and was seen walking towards US 421.
When they got you in for 3 weeks, they're looking for you, and they're putting out the word with your information and all that sort of good stuff, and you get out and go walking around a small town, you might get caught.
Oh.
And when they don't have anything else better to do than the police there, and they said, well, you might get caught. Dummy. But anyway, it was dummy to pull the trigger in the first place.
Right.
So, we got a weekend coming up, thank goodness.
I need it. trying to
Kind of
think.
interesting that crude oil prices have not jumped sky high. I wonder why the price of gasoline keeps inching up.
You know what gets me? I can
Somebody's
go out
lying to me, aren't
and
they?
get gas today and pay. I'm just going to throw a figure out, $3.64, and tomorrow it's $3.40. I mean, can we just like
I
do
remember
something?
when the price of gasoline was 27 cents a gallon.
Well, I don't remember that far back. I was on bicycles and tricycles, three-wheelers. Anyway, so next week, what we've got coming up next week, we have another Dancing Star.
Yep, Monday.
With the Onslow, the Dancing Stars of Onslow on Monday.
Yeah.
We have, of course, Dr. Rose will be back.
Yeah,
Peter
we'll find out
White
how
will
things
be
were
in the
down in the
studio.
VR. Who?
And Peter will be in
Oh,
the
yeah,
studio
Peter, right.
Wednesday.
Gotcha.
So 31, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think it's next week. I think it's the week after. We'll have Rebecca Cooper,
Okay.
who's running for Onslow. The week after.
Oh, good.
Onslow County Commissioner. Like to hear what she's got to say.
Me
I met
too.
her not long ago, and we sat down and we had a nice chat.
Yeah.
And then I still got to get her.
Now, I've got a plan. I did not make it yesterday because I had other things
Right.
to deal with.
Are you going downtown today, New Bridge Street,
Why?
to pick up some cards?
No, I'm going over to the Golden Corral over here.
Well, that's where you go get the cards first.
Yeah, but I can't get them over here.
No, it's at his office.
Oh, well,
On New Bridge Street.
I'm not worried about. I'm worried about the food because I missed my food yesterday.
Because I've already gotten a message about it.
I will be there. I will pick them up. Okay, folks. Here's what we got. You know, all the football coverage that we're doing for Jacksonville High. I mentioned it to Billy Sewell, the owner of the Golden Corral.
Mm-hmm.
One of my wonderful places to eat because I can get filled up. And I go there once a month at nighttime for the Onslow Bay Saltwater Fishing Club too, which you guys are invited to come to. I'll let you know when the next one's going to be. I forgot which night. I think it's Tuesday nights, but it's like second Tuesday, maybe third Tuesday in the month. I'll let you know. It's a great place to go and eat. And my wife and I would go at least once a month. Sometimes more because I get hungry. And you can go in, and one of the things you can do is you go in like I do, because they have a special from 1 to 3. You get a little bit off during that time. It's kind of like an early bird special. And you can eat. I go at 2:30. Okay. It's after lunch.
You're getting the last part of that lunch crowd. Then you're getting.
Then I
Then they
get
start
the early dinner.
early dinner.
And I can keep on eating
That's
until
right.
midnight or whatever time they close if I want. I don't. Obviously,
can't eat that
I would
much, yeah.
explode.
Right.
But I go there,
Mhm.
and Billy's always, first thing I noticed a couple years ago, I did not know Billy Sewell at the time, but I knew that somebody must be overseeing what's going on because fresh food is coming out before the other pan is empty.
Right.
That's a sign of somebody paying attention. They keep fresh stuff out there all the time. Fried chicken can't be beat. I'm sorry. I've eaten a lot of fried chicken,
Good
and
fried chicken.
I love fried chicken.
I should go
I
by
love
there today.
chicken legs. That's my favorite because that's a handle. I don't have to use a
I
fork or a
wing.
knife.
I like the wing.
I get the chicken legs got a lot of meat on it,
I don't like dark
and
meat.
that well, too bad for you. And then I do the mashed taters, and they're so creamy.
know,
They're
so
so disgustingly creamy.
Just want to rub them all over
And
your face.
I pour a big scoop of that gravy in it, push it down like the professionals do, you know,
I'm
when they
going
give it
back
to you.
into morning. Go ahead.
And then I put a slab of butter in top of that and mix that all together. And then I can just dip my chicken in that and eat it. Oh my. And that's just
Very
one of
good.
the things.
Yes.
Shrimp. Oh yeah, those big old fried shrimp.
Oh,
And then they've also got the
yes.
popcorn shrimp, if that's what you like.
And they have the pot roast, which
That
I
is the
absolutely
one,
love.
that is the coup de grace.
And they have a little bit of everything. I mean, it's a great place to go. And when I go out to eat, That's where I prefer to go.
Well, it's a guaranteed.
Right.
You first of all, if you don't like what you picked out for whatever reason, you're just not in the mood.
Plus, with all the things that Billy does for this town and our
yes.
people, he's like family.
Yeah, and
He's like family.
And to be straight up with you, this is a commercial, but it's a heartfelt commercial because
Right.
I don't do commercials for people I don't like their
Right.
products. Right?
Right.
That's a given. That's why you don't see
Yes.
much on here because I don't like many people. But he does a whole lot for the Dancing Stars. He has
Yes, he does.
since day one. He's matter of fact, our ham radio club is
Must be in there this
contracted with them to do catering for our Christmas party coming up in December.
Yes,
That's how far we're planning it.
and Golden Corral does great catering.
They do wonderful
Yes.
catering, and they put on a spread just like they had it in
Mm-hmm.
the place and wherever at the restaurant. And then those desserts. If you like any kind of a dessert, they'll have it there. If
Yes, they do.
if you don't like anything they got, then you just don't like desserts. It's
Right.
okay. Go back and eat some more.
Go get some more
pot
chicken.
lettuce, coleslaw.
You know what? I've
Or
got
the
a
salads are good. You don't have to get this lettuce if you don't want it. If you like to leave, don't get the salad. Don't get the lettuce. They got plenty of stuff you can eat. It's still a salad.
Well, I'll tell you what, I have to go meet someone this morning for lunch that I missed yesterday.
Oh, yeah,
And I
Joe.
think when I leave there, I might go by and go through the drive-through at Golden Corral and get some chicken for dinner.
See, that's the other thing you can do.
Got the drive-thru.
If you just want to do the drive-through, they started that back there in COVID,
COVID,
so
yes.
they could actually
Yes.
help us, those of us who were not going to go into restaurants because most of them were closed. Drive-throughs I generally don't like, but the drive-through at the Golden Corral is different than drive-through where they're throwing burgers together and not they don't get them right. 50% of the time, if I go through a drive-through, I've got something wrong. 50% of the time, and that's the reason I don't do it anymore.
Well,
So that's just the way it is.
anyway, well, it looks like our weather this weekend, we're going to have some showers off and on. I don't think it's going to be as much as what was originally predicted earlier in the week.
Shall we just say, play
It's gonna
Misty for me?
Yes, if you're going to the Watermelon Festival tomorrow in
Oh.
Winterville, then you need to take your raincoat and your umbrella.
And bring me back one.
Yeah,
Or two.
yeah.
Do you know how to pick out a watermelon?
Yes, we've had that discussion
Yes,
many of
I'm
the time.
talking about the people out there. Y'all,
We know.
especially you Yankees up there who don't know good watermelon. When you go to the store or wherever, roll that thing over till you find one with the biggest yellow spots on the bottom where it's been in the field. And it is riper, it's better, it's ready to go. But don't cut it when you get home. Wait 3 days.
Right.
It
Well,
sets up on your kitchen counter and just wait 3 days and then cut it.
I hope everyone has a very nice weekend. I will say
Thank you.
now, it's military payday, and there's going to be a lot of people on the roads.
Yes, we'll enjoy them.
Generally, I stay in the house and don't come out till Monday.
You don't like Marines?
No, I love Marines. I'm a Marine brat, but I'm just saying the roads are crazy.
What's your address? So we
I
can-
have cameras.
So we can tell the Marines to come on over because you like Marines.
I'm a Marine brat. I'm the daughter of a Marine. I grew up right here. And you know, I love my veterans. I love my Marines. And they look mighty fine in their uniforms. They get those dress blues on.
Now it comes.
Oh. And
You want
so
her attention? Put her in your dress blues, guys.
I have to tell you, when John Legato was in here the other day, and
We didn't recognize him.
we did.
With no mustache.
I know it, and he's lost a lot of weight. He looks so good, but
5 pounds of that was
I
mustache.
didn't realize that he had taken one of our shows that he was on and used clips from it, and it was about frauditeurs and sovereign citizens.
What we think about it.
know how I get about it. He ended his show with giving me the last word, talking about, I said, why don't you just knock him to the ground, stomp on him, handcuff him, tase him? Of course, I know that's all illegal, guys. I'm just being sarcastic.
One of our team guys did that last night.
And so,
Can't do that.
suplex, And anyway, so I got laughing about that. So I made a comment like my blood pressure's up again. And there was another comment somebody had made that said, I agree with that lady. Is she married?
That lady, is she
And I'm
married?
like,
Hey, dude, if you got some
That's
dress
funny.
blues, she's available.
you
How's that
got to
sound?
be legal of the legal age.
By the way, with the Marine Corps ball coming up in November, maybe, single gentleman out there, you're going to the Marine Corps ball.
I got a black tie event coming
would you
up
like to? I mean,
in a couple weeks.
She'll be ready to go.
And then I have a
She's single.
gala a week or two
what?
after that. The Republican Men's Party is putting together
Wait a
their
minute.
annual,
You're going to the Republican
which I
Men's
started
Party?
the men's club. Me and Jonathan Merritt, we started the men's club. But
Why would you? You're not a man.
that's when I was heavily involved. I was chairman at the time.
Were
started a men's
Did you have
club.
leanings?
No, Rayford, stop.
Well, I'm just asking. You started a men's club. I mean,
No, Jonathan Merritt and I,
I
we
would start a
started
women's club.
the men's club right here in Onslow County.
I'm
But
gonna start an
they
Onslow
have a
County
yearly
women's fishing
fundraiser.
club. What do you think?
And we have a table that's reserved for us.
You like a woman today. All right, we've been silly enough.
I know. We
All right, Cardinals, we
out
got
of
2
control.
weeks. You'll get it together. And
It'll be
2 weeks from
fine.
today, we will be seeing you in Topsail.
yeah.
And we know how well you're going to do. You just need to get a little tightened up here.
I am
It's
wearing
okay.
black for the whole weekend now.
Well, I'm not. I'm going to go get rid of this stuff in just a few seconds. This hat,
We're still in mourning.
this cover is killing me. I did not
All
have
right.
a black thing except what I've got on. And it's a nice one. I've never worn it.
Yes, yes. Well, congratulations to our other schools in the county that did have a great night. And congratulations once again to Northside. You played well last night, and it's okay. Our baby Cardinals are going to be right back at it in
They
a
will be.
couple weeks. We're there for you.
Yeah.
And Rayford will be posting lots of pictures
I'm
this
going in there to
weekend.
continue working on it as soon as I get a bite to eat.
Yes. Okay. Other than that, everybody have a very safe weekend. Be careful driving in the rain.
Yeah, please. If you can read the plate in the car in front of you.
Too close.
You're not AI, so back away. You're live and local. We'll talk where we're awake.
Never woke.
And I'll probably be awake again after I take a nap in a little while, but I won't be woke. Bye, y'all. Have a great weekend. Be safe.